We are at the emergency shelter on the first day's walk of the Overland Track. This shelter was put in after the death of a Chinese boy up here that froze to death on his first day's walking. It's not far from Barn Bluff, a very exposed place. Last year, November 2021, Tasmanian Walking Company had to spend the night in this emergency shelter because they could not make it to their hut in that blizzard conditions. They have no sleeping bags or tents or thermarests to keep them warm, which every other person on the Overland Track now has to carry after 2 coroner's reports of people freezing to death on the Overland Track. So TWC had to spend the night in the bubble, and I wouldn't have wanted to be the guide on this trip. I've heard all sorts of stories after the night in here. So you would have had possibly 12 people all apparently just sitting on their packs. And the wind would have been howling. So not a place you want to be. And you've paid nearly $4,000 for this trip, and you get to spend a night in the bubble. Thankfully that was put there for them. It might have been a far worse situation. But I think Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife, you need to wake up and you need to get TWC carrying sleeping bags, thermarests and tents like the rest of us. Why do they have their set of rules and everybody else has their own that you give them? I think it's double standard and it needs to be exposed. I hope people that were stuck in this bubble are taking legal action against TWC.